Chicago jumping over first killer. The 50 atomic light bounce on the goal line. JNaps will tuck it in. And my, oh my, the aggression from G2 and JNaps in Chicago. Can it be stopped?
Yeah, I don't know.
Chicago racing to the ball. Launching it towards net. JNaps! Flipping to the ball, getting the redirect.
He did it with the side of his car, too. This wasn't even the perfect touch. It was just off the side of his car. AJ was there to get the touch as well. FaZe,
great
need to find their first here in game one, and it could come. AJ, does he have it? He does pass the atomic on the near post, and FaZe have life.
And it was an impressive touch from Chicago, but then here you see the mix-up. Atomic in reverse. JNaps streaking across. I think if JNaps take
dunked downfield, I suppose. But still some time left here for FaZe. That's a great shot. It comes out the typical tough angle, puts it on target, tied up with 17 seconds to play.
In FaZe, the pressure was mounting. You could see it shot after shot. 2 go. Chicago with the block, but typical getting around the ball and hits off the ceiling. Chicago's got to buy time. Doesn't do so, but Atomic gets back. The rebound of first killer, and FaZe Clan finally get a game win in the grand finals.
What a battle here in the first match. We were talking up G2 so much, and FaZe with the comeback. They were down by 2, 3 straight. Had to take them to overtime as well. A testament to FaZe Clan's resolve here in game one.
That was quite the ending.
A minute in 18 seconds out of the 31 minutes we've played.
And the lead will go right to G2. You saw the panic, Corelli. Typical jumping up early. AJ, see ya.
Oh my. And that's a painful one for FaZe because back pretty quickly there, but at best it was going to be a 2v2.
I mean, if AJ brings that right to net, Chicago, he's not going to hesitate. He goes for that upper corner. As we take another look, first killer, you know he wanted to bounce that up, not back to the middle.
Wow. What a shot from Chicago.
Didn't make contact, and FaZe get away without conceding another goal, but now finally putting it in. Typical. The solo play, unassisted from end to end. FaZe needed that to get back into it.
Great touches here from Typical, knowing that he could keep possession. Popping that from FaZe could catch up. JNaps looking to clear this one out. Dangerous one across the G2 side. But Chicago there to push it downfield. JNaps just trying to get it down, but it's landed in the lap of first killer. Still dangerous. Chicago, they just have to get it to the ground, and FaZe are fighting for every inch, but G2 finally come out on top.
Wow. That last play, that play from AJ.
A big play. First killer had him right all the way.
2 dive from FaZe. Atomic camped out in front of net.
He's there.
Atomic will put it in. 2 defenders from FaZe go yet again, Corelli. The double commits have been brutal for FaZe.
1 pad is all Atomic needed. He saw his chance to turn on
the lead.
I wouldn't either, honestly, with the way this series has gone, especially with G2 in the lead, but Typical quickly shuts me up and ties it up for FaZe.
And what a spike. And there's the passing play attempt. It's broken up, but a strong bounce off the sidewall sets out of reach a first killer, but Typical taking over. Now off the ceiling, has AJ in front of net. The drop down pass. AJ puts it in, and FaZe Clan are on top.
The offense coming alive for FaZe. This is what we've been talking about. The setups have been just so good from FaZe. They're finally converting the pass. The lock down the backboard. No boost here for AJ. Still trying to look as threatening as possible. Typical comes through. That one's going to sneak by. Where was the G2 defense?
This is a classic miscommunication. Even from this point on, you see JNaps leaving that ball thinking someone's going to go. Chicago thinking JNaps had it. JNaps thinking Chicago had it. It didn't really matter. G2, the defensive miscommunication, but I think more the story is that FaZe Clan is finally starting to make their passing plays work.
Absolutely. You have to give the credit to FaZe here because the offense was what was really peaking. The difference between this, which has been criticized before, I should say, is Typical now just got one to beat. Great touch to AJ. Tough shot, though. That one's going in off the touch of the last man from G2, and AJ's going to get credit.
And, you know, FaZe, they came close. AJ, he'll still get credit for it.
Oh,
it was going to be posting out. First killer was barreling in.
Goodness, G2 able to turn away a second one from FaZe, and this one An awkward one for G2 to get a hold of. The shot on target. This time Atomic can't make the save. Sypical doubles up.
Oh, there's the double commit. This time out of G2. Throws him out of position. And it's the shooter, Sypical.
And defense trying to get a hold of this ball and get out as they do so. And G2 racing back now.
And it's in. It's just in from First Killer. Sypical banging that out, and First Killer sailing it. G2 knew they had to score, committing a lot of and G2 shut out. FaZe buttoning up that defense and finding their rhythm on offense as First Killer puts in the fourth for FaZe. Only 11 seconds left. This one is in the bag for FaZe Clan.
Boy, oh boy, FaZe. Looking, the script has been flipped. It's changed. G2, they thought they were cruising to a win, but it's FaZe Clan right now that have put them on match point.
And Corelli, they'll get more than a second. They'll get at least at either. And FaZe, this is kind of like what we saw before. FaZe having looks. G2 escaping barely with their life and then scoring on the counter.
The outside of the net, escaping FaZe, and quickly on the counter, as you mentioned, James.
Shot will go wide, but JNaps, he's hustling, and the shot comes out from Chicago. The play was kept alive by that hustle from JNaps.
And look at this ball pop out. Look how much time and space G2 have to run on top of this one. Chicago came for the midfield line behind it, and
to take that shot. Atomic perhaps saving it at the last moment, but ultimately it doesn't matter. First Killer comes back into the game and gets the goal.
And we've been talking about FaZe and their shooting, and it has gone up between these two series as first
of it all, really, with how well G2 was playing. But Series 2 has been a different game, except
that one's open.
For this one, Game 5, all in favor of G2, a wide open net, and it's the same thing that we've been seeing a lot in this series. Atomic gets the outlet pass, shoots long range, and finds its way.
Or the previous one, but in all of their series that they've played here in North America, that outlet pass has paid off. Now Chicago with the bump. JNaps comes through with the shot, and it's a 4-1 scoreline for G2.
That was a savage bump. AJ was helpless. AJ thinks, oh, I'll just tip this off to the side, the near post, to make sure that that doesn't go in. First Killer trying to keep the ball alive, but it won't matter. G2 ultimately end up taking Game 5, and now we're going in here and now on Neo Tokyo.
Uh-oh. Oh, yep. I can feel that one coming, James. Yeah, I said uh-oh for a reason.
Oh, JNaps, the double tap. It's just so pretty. It's just so pretty, though.
That's one of those, you see a setup like that, really for almost any pro player, but for a player like JNaps in particular, it's what in the world is that pass from JNaps to Chicago? Trying to sing his praises for the shot, but look at the pass now. Perfectly on the Chicago head, and then flicks it on.
92! Despite that double commit and the miss, FaZe wasn't in position to punish. First Killer will go for the backboard, and
got it.
Sypical will dunk it down and in the net. Sypical has been scoring a lot this series, and it's good for FaZe that he's getting involved now.
Tough read there from Sypical. Used all of his boost. As soon as he got to that ball, he was out of boost.
Infield pass attempt, but now the passing from G2. Atomic will take this shot. Who's taking the shot? That's what's running through FaZe's head. JNaps to Chicago. You see him hitting it right back towards JNaps.
And I was watching that one from the just past halftime. FaZe, plenty of time left on the clock to make something happen here. First Killer making everyone dance, and it's a great pass again, and Sypical strikes the shooting through the roof for him now as FaZe are clicking.
Oh, you love the creativity from First Killer, faking the flick, getting control of the ball, passing it.
All as AJ's trying to get the block. Not going to happen. Great flick on from G2. Chicago uncontested, places it to the left side. G2 up by 2 once again.
And these little skip touches from G2 at the midfield have been brutal for FaZe to deal with. First Killer on empty. All he could do.
Typical with no boost. Pass back to AJ. Over to first killer, but that one's wide as well. It's not going to drop for FaZe. It was perfectly set up, and then they're scored on the counter by G2.
And first killer after that ball goes in, he just dropped his controller. No inputs, no nothing. Great setup. It was a perfect setup.
Two of them were perfect. They had two great looks, and now they're going to get one back. AJ with 36 seconds left. Down by 2 for FaZe. Finally getting one to drop. But a great pass from Typical.
Is it too little too late, though, Corelli?
I think there's...
That play there, again, it was the shooting. It has improved for FaZe, but they needed that one there.
Game 7 will go, James. And the records between these two teams in Game 7, 5-3, a 62% win percentage.
Boost. Chicago with the mid boost as well. The block, the dunk,
he got
rolls the distance.
Wow.
Typical cutting off the play, and that was an unexpected first goal of Game 7.
Boy, he just went straight into that challenge. Could not have hit that ball anymore.
Plenty of time to think about this touch, and it gets away. And
what a pass.
First killer denied by JNAPS. Rebound is
there.
Good. It is. FaZe's passing proves to be too much, but AJ a critical rebound cleanup.
And that was just a great save from JNAPS initially, but the follow-up was there.
FaZe now find themselves ahead by 2. JNAPS tries to cut the lead down to 1, and he does so. G2 back in it.
Great finesse here from JNAPS. First killer, he was just so late going for it, and he didn't have a ton of boost, but just didn't react in time, and great while. First killer, too good to let that one in. As a clear comes out from FaZe, Atomic trying to keep it awkward. Chicago called upon, blinded by the demo. AJ can't get a read, and Atomic to put it home.
Throw the smoke grenade right there. Atomic, he throws at AJ. He can't see anything. And then the ball flies through.
Comes out from G2. AJ, his opportunity is cut out by Atomic, but AJ looking for 2. AJ's got it. FaZe coming out on top in Game 7.
FaZe bring it back full circle. They won the first regional of the year, and they've won the last regional as well. Here at the Nissan Classic, it's proved to be an instant classic, as you said, Corelli. And that shot from AJ, beautiful. The first touch on the wall, bringing it into an air dribble, control the whole way through.
Congratulations on the Nissan Classic championship crown here, first killer.
Thank you, Leaf.
I gotta ask you just for the team at the end there. Was there an explosion of emotion in comms right afterwards? Because this was a big match. You guys hadn't won one since the first regional, and now getting this and having it clinch so many spots. How was the emotion after?
We were super happy because it's our first regional win as a team since picking up Typical, and we were just so happy to finally also beat G2 because they've been winning every regional and major. It's just unreal experience.
So first, I got to talk about, that first series was 4-0. Then you guys have about 10 minutes to cool down. What did you guys do during that 10 minutes to get ready for this final series?
I stayed in training the whole time. And then we just also talked about saying that we know how to beat them. And it's just we're getting in our own heads, and basically we're just beating ourselves, and we just needed to play our game and just do what we know what to do and what we do in scrims and practice. And we knew that if we did that, we could take it home.
So when you say you knew how to beat them, what were you seeing out of G2's play that's that's the answer?
Most of the time, G2 they're really counterattack team, and they do it really fast. So most of the time you just have to sit in midfield and just cut off that pass and just keep them under pressure because they'll crack under eventually. So just keep don't try to force a goal, basically. Just keep the pressure, and eventually you'll score.
Well, with all that said, in the regionals in the rear view mirror, now we can look forward to the major. And it seems like you guys have G2 figured out at the perfect time. Now, I think what everyone out there is wondering, now, obviously, I know you're going to say you guys can compete, but do you guys feel as though BDS is as big of a threat as everyone else thinks that they are?
I think they're really good, obviously. but I don't think they're like a clear like best. I think like us, G2 and them were like kind of close, like in terms of like
Potential.
yeah, potential. Exactly.
Yeah. Do you think you guys hold the edge in terms of mechanics over them, especially with the pickup of Seiko?
I think we're pretty even when it comes to like mechanics. Yeah, that's pretty even. I'm
Too humble. You're too humble. Too humble.
Well, I mean, this is the point. You guys finally won it. You haven't been able to have a stage like this to speak out. You just won, so you've earned the right to talk uninterrupted. So the floor is yours for whatever you want to say.
just gonna shout out to my family, friends, and obviously my teammates and fans, of course.
Keep it simple, nice. Keep it focused. Well, again, a lot of big Rocket League coming for you guys in the next couple months here. So congratulations on winning the Nissan Classic and good luck in those matches.
Thank you.